Hello everyone, AEW Dynamite. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed the Dynamite for the most part. The only things I did not really like, I didn't enjoy Cutie Marshall versus CM Punk. I understood why they did it, of course, but I just did not like it. I just thought it was a waste. I just thought it was a crap match, to be honest, and I did not enjoy the whole Gun Club versus Bear Country or whatever they're called. Yeah, Bear Country. So I really enjoyed the opening promo between MJF and CM Punk, and this was definitely the longest in-ring promo in AEW history, but it wasn't boring because they took they took they took us on a journey, and it felt more natural than just somebody reading a script, and it felt like it was two people having a real conversation. And yeah, I really enjoyed this opening promo, and I really enjoyed the Miz line, and I enjoyed the I can't remember how he worded it, but basically CM Punk said you're just gonna wait until Tony Khan has a child, and they're married into the family, obviously taking a shot at Triple H. And it was obviously he worded it a lot better than that, but that was the basic point. And yeah, I really enjoyed this promo, and then we had the match. As I say, I just thought the match was fine, but I did not enjoy it. I think it would have been a lot better if it was a couple minutes shorter. And to be honest with you, I think it would have been a lot better if we had this match, and then the Thunder Rosa Jamie Hayter match, and then the Bear Country match. But I did enjoy the Darby Allin dive, and I enjoyed all of that stuff. But I just don't think we need to see Sting and Darby Allin versus Billy Gunn and his children in 2021. I just don't want to see Darby Allin and Sting versus Billy Gunn and his children. I really don't. But it'll be fine. But I just think it's a bit of a waste of Darby Allin. But I know not everybody can be in a high profile feud every single month. But I just think Darby Allin could be doing something a bit better than this, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. So let's move on. I really enjoyed the Thunder Rosa Jamie Hayter match. I think this was a really good match. I wish it had a bit more time. I wish they would have taken off a couple of minutes from the Punk match and gave it to this match, because the match was very good. But I wanted to see a bit longer, and I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker. 'Cause obviously, Britt Baker hit Jamie in the face with a kick because she tried to attack Thunder Rosa, and then Thunder Rosa ducked because Jamie was holding her. So she basically ducked out of the way, and then Britt Baker kicked her in the face. So I'm hoping it's not going to lead to just Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter. I hope they tell a better story than that. I hope it's like They have they have fallen out this week, but next week they make up. But in the back of your mind, you know that eventually they'll have a proper bust up. Or maybe they just say, you know what, we're gonna go our separate ways, and they just by themselves. Obviously, Brit can have Rebel, but you know what I mean. But I just don't want to see Jamie Hayter versus Britt Baker yet. You need to give Jamie Hayter more wins before she even has the opportunity to challenge for the belt. Did that even make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, let's move on. I really enjoyed the Bryan Danielson Colt Cabana match. It was not amazing, but it was good and it was a lot of fun. And for somebody like me, somebody actually watching Bryan Danielson since I was 7 years old, and Colt Cabana likewise, I really enjoyed this match and it was a lot of fun. And obviously Bryan Danielson got the win, and he was amazing. And I like when he kicked Colt Cabana's when he kicked Colt Cabana's tough out of his mouth, basically kicked one of his teeth out of his mouth. And then after the match, Bryan Danielson was holding the teeth, holding the tooth in his mouth. Why not in his mouth, in his hand, and basically he was showing it off to the crowd and basically being right dickhead about it. And to be honest with you, even though the actual character Bryan Danielson's a complete wanker, I just find it hilarious, because even though he's been a dick, he's technically right. He's one of the best in the world, and because he's undefeated, I can't blame the character for being arrogant and for being I'm the best in the world, because obviously his record reflects that in AEW. So I really enjoyed that, and I just think next week when they do, I've heard that next week they're in the hometown of 10 and 5 Aaron Solo. I think that's his name, Aaron Solo. Anyway, the point is, I think next week it'll be really good, because they can either do 10 or they can do Aaron Solo. I can never say his name, apologies, but the point is, next week should be really good. I know they're not going to do this, and I understand why they won't, because AEW don't do intergender wrestling, but I would love them to do Anna Jay versus Brian. Obviously, you need to be careful how you do it in 2021, but when you look at shows like CSI and things like that, they do men on female violence. Again, I know it's a TV show, but that's what AEW is, and I understand Tony Khan did not like it, but then tell your wrestlers not to tease it on Twitter if you know you're not gonna do it, because she'd already tweeted something about it, and I think you're just setting up people to be disappointed. But moving on, are the 8-man tag? That's what I'm gonna go to next. The 8-man tag team match was brilliant for the most part. The crowd really annoyed me in this match. Obviously, you can boo apologies. You can boo and cheer who you want. Obviously, I can't tell you who to boo and cheer. But what I can say is, when 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 Cody throws his belt out of the crowd, don't throw it back, because you could have hit all three in the head, and don't, and that's not a lot. That's not just about. It's a weight belt, and then things are plumbing heavy. So if it would have hit all three on the head, it would have really hurt her. So don't throw anything back into the ring when the wrestlers throw it back. When the wrestlers throw it in the crowd while they're wrestling. I understand if it's like a t-shirt and the wrestlers are just standing in the corner like One Night Stand 2006, like when they did it to John Cena in the Hammerstein ballroom. I understood that, because obviously that was just a t-shirt and they wasn't really wrestling at the time. But in this match, it was a white belt, and they were working at the time, and it could have been really dangerous. If I was Cody, unless you're gonna give it to a disabled fan or to a young kid, just don't throw your belt in the crowd. Like, if you're gonna give it to a fan, pick somebody to give it to personally. That way, they might not. That way, you know that they're not gonna throw it. As I say, just give it to a disabled fan or to a young kid or something, or somebody that's really gonna appreciate it. Because all this you're gonna do now, you're gonna encourage people to do it more, because they've already seen one crowd do it, and I'm very surprised somebody like Cody did not read the room and think, I probably should not throw this out into the crowd because I don't know what's gonna happen. To be fair, I don't think he would have thought they might throw it back, but I think Cody should have been more aware what he was doing. Personally, I understand he doesn't know who's gonna do what, but I'm just saying the Chicago crowd is not the most polite crowd, shall we say, and I think a lot of them fans were really intoxicated as well. So all I'm saying is, I think next time Cody should pick out somebody to give it to, and just give it to them rather than just throwing it in the crowd where people can throw it back. And as I say, if it was a t-shirt or something like that, and they wasn't wrestling, like if they were just standing in the corner and playing with the crowd, then you can throw it back, no problem. But when they're working, I think that was really stupid to throw it back, because you could have really hurt Aubrey Edwards. Sorry for going on a rant, but I just felt that needs to be said. And I'm not trying to tell people what to do, but it's about safety. It's about safety. Like if you go to a concert, you can't just be throwing drinks on stage, can ya? So you can't be throwing things into the ring, because you don't know what's going to happen, do you? Like, anyway, moving on. The whole Eddie Kingston 2.0 thing, I liked it, but at the end of the night, I did not like it, because I just think Jericho's going to try and leech onto Eddie just to try and be cool. So I'm hoping Eddie does not partner with Jericho and Eddie by himself, because if they do Eddie Kingston with Chris Jericho, it's gonna be like a granddad trying to be cool so he can hang around with the cool kid. Obviously, Eddie's not a kid, but you know what I mean. Like Eddie's really popular, and Jericho took a leech off of him. Like I just don't want to see Jericho anymore, to be honest. Just go and make you, just go and make you cry, just go and make your rubbish music, or at least stop using the Y2J stick. If you do something else, I probably might like it, but I don't want to see Y2J. You're 51 years old. Grow up. But what? But you know, but I do think it might lead to Eddie and, unfortunately, Jericho and Moxley when he comes back. Because I just think the way it's been set up, I think Moxley's gonna return against I think Moxley's gonna return and help him out. That's what I think's gonna happen. So moving on, I also wanted to speak about the Dante Martin thing joining Team Taz. I really like, pardon me, I really like Dante Martin joining Team Taz, because I think it would have been a bit predictable if Dante Martin just said, I'm not joining you. At least now you've done a bit of a swerve where he joined Team Taz, but as he really joined Team Taz, if you know what I mean. If this is like a proper if this is like a proper heel turn for Dante, I'm curious where they're gonna go with it. But if it's like Dante's trying to get the trying to get the FTW championship or something like that. So I just think it would be really cool if no, hang on, let me explain myself. So what I'm saying is, if Dante's like probably joined Team Taz and it's like a proper heel turn, then I think it will be really cool, and I think it will be really interesting to see what they do with it. But if it's not really joined Team Taz, and this is like a little game that Dante and Leo are playing to try and get the FTW championship from Ricky Starks. But then that brings up the point, why would you want the FTW championship? That's a bit stupid now that I say it like that. But I'm just wondering, is this like a proper heel turn for Dante Martin, or is he like just trying to play a game with Team Taz? Either way, I'm cool with it. And if it is a proper heel turn, who does Leo bring in to be his partner against Team Taz? Because I would say Darius, obviously Dante's brother, but he's not able to perform because obviously he's injured. Speedy recovery team. But you know what I mean? Like, I just wonder who's going to be Leo's partner if Dante's really joined Team Taz. I wouldn't mind seeing Brian Cage, but by the look of it, I think Brian Cage might be leaving soon. I've just got the vibe, but I don't think he wants to be there. But if he does stay in AEW, I think that would be a good thing for him to do. And uh, now he probably wants to be like in the main event, but I don't think all I'm trying to say, I don't want to see Brian Cage in the main event. So I think this is the best spot for him in AEW, to be honest, if he wants to stay. But I don't think he will. I don't think he will stay in AEW personally, Brian Cage. But let me know who you think down below. Who do you think will be a good partner for Leo Rush if Dante had really joined Team Taz? So let me know what you thought of AEW Dynamite, and I hope you enjoyed it. As I say, the only thing I would really change, I would make the CM Punk and QT Marshall match a lot shorter, and I would completely get rid of Bear Country versus the Gun Club. I just can't stand the Gun Club. They're just so boring to me. And oh yeah, and on Rampage, you're gonna be the Best Friends versus Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, because they also set that up on tonight's Dynamite, and they also set up Riho versus Britt Baker, and they tied up the loose end from All Out 2 months ago, where she went over the bottom rope rather than going over the top rope, because it obviously was a battle royal. So I appreciate AEW coming back to that. So yeah, sorry, I was daydreaming there, my bad. So yeah, I mean, I don't think Rampage will be a great show, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine, and it'll be fun to watch. And let me know what you thought let me know about what you thought about Dynamite, and let me know what you're looking forward to on Rampage. So thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon, and have a good day, and stay safe, and thank you for the support as of late.